2011, several state-owned tracts of land on Maui were given greater habitat protection, paving the way for restoration. In this almost entirely non-endemic forest, the birds are finding ways to survive, encountering things to eat other than ohia nectar, and discovering places to nest other than in native trees. The Maui Forest Bird Recovery Project is one of several state and private organizations working to systematically, piece by piece and fence by fence, replant, protect, and manage the forest. So we were on the leeward slope of Haleakala, which is the great mountain on the eastern side of Maui. So we got out of the car, and you don't think that Hawaii is going to be cold, but it was just barely above freezing. There was frost still all over Polipoli State Park where we pulled up to. Mist descended through the trees. It was beautiful and surreal.
We are here. These are all net locations from previous banding. Hopefully we'll get to see them. Like coming off this angle. And then
they set up nets in a perimeter. The nets they erect almost like fishing poles. So they have two fishing pole nylon rods, and then they connect the net between those two things. They make a call on one side of the net, and then they make the same call on the other side of the net at different intervals. So to a bird, it sounds like an invisible rival or a mate was in one place, then disappeared, and then showed up at another place, and it totally has to be investigated. And so when a bird gets caught in them, they gently decelerate and then get caught in the pouch. It can be kind of dangerous for a bird, so you have to check one of these nets every half hour or so. So we saw the avian biologist gently gather the birds from the nylon nets. They take them to, I guess, a staging area, took samples of their blood. Besides that, they measured what looked like every aspect of the bird. They sexed them and they banded them.
Also same one for her?
oh yeah, I did actually do that. BP is 0, CP is 1.
It's got this kind of an interesting little dirty patch.
Nothing?
No.
Bird status?
Whatever.
That's a 3, yeah.
And note 441.
94186.
94186. Got it.
Uh, 24.8. Tarsus is 21.8.
Concentration that you don't want to degrade it any more than you have to.
The Iiwi is a boisterous, mid-ranking bully among honey creepers, known for chasing its genetic cousins around flowering ohia trees and pecking at rivals. Knowing nothing of its importance to pre-Western contact Hawaii's economy, the Iiwi's boldness makes it an obvious candidate for a spiritual being, an avian intermediary between man and the heavens. My conception of pre-Western contact Hawaii is like pretty romantic, in part because this place just didn't have mosquitoes, so you could just do whatever, like go surf and hang out at the beach and go for a hike without mosquitoes. You just didn't get bit. And if we were to apply some of the same science that they're starting to apply around the world to eradicate mosquitoes and to assist with the biological defense of the illnesses that are vectored by mosquitoes, then it could have profound effects on human welfare and on native bird welfare. So after a few hours of being up there, like relating to birds, your perspective changes a little bit and you're sort of in their company. You also realize that they're just beautiful little creatures, and preserving them is, in a way, preserving our own humanity. There's people coming from around the world to be a part of this. So this is ground zero for bird research and for bird genetic research. So it's not as if this is the provinces of international science. This is where the cutting edge is happening. We've already taken over the lower elevations of Hawaii, so all of that is humanities now. So the least we could do is preserve the tops of mountains.